Elise Jones.
And I'm Brooklyn Watts, and this is your CAVS News Show.
From the studios of Chillicothe High School, this is your CAVS News Show.
It's that time of the year again where we see if we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter or not. On Tuesday, February 2nd, 2016, Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow, which means that spring is coming early this year. Now over to Did You Know with Ryan Kincaid.
Hey guys, welcome back to Did You Know? I'm Ryan Kincaid, and this is my good friend Jason.
Hi guys, I'm Jason Atkins. Hey Ryan, I've been reading about the Pope, and I've been wondering, how do you become a Pope?
Well, there's a very long yet simple procedure to become the Pope. To start off, you first have to be Catholic and a man. After that, you can be voted as the new Pope. But since the Cardinals, those guys that wear the fancy red robes and elect new popes, usually only vote one of their own, it's an unofficial official rule to become a cardinal. The first step, become a priest. To do this, you have to have a college degree in Catholic philosophy and a Master's of Divinity. You also have to be a man, unmarried, and be willing to be celibate. Then boom, you're a priest.
Well, that's pretty cool, but I don't feel any more divine or important. I want to be the Pope. So what next in line? From what I heard, it's a bishop.
That's right. While a priest rules over a church, a bishop rules over a cathedral, which is much bigger. In order to become one, you need to wait for the current bishop to retire at 75 or die before then. You must also be 35, have been a priest for 5 years, and have a doctorate in theology. Next, you need to hope that your name is on a secret list of people to replace the bishop. You are approved by the cardinals, and poof, you are made a bishop by the Pope.
Well, that could be fun, but I think the Pope will be a lot more fun. So the next stage is the Cardinals, right?
Correct. Step 3 is to become a cardinal and earn the right to wear that fancy red robe. Now, cardinals aren't higher up than normal bishops, they just live in the Vatican and have more responsibilities, such as electing the new Pope. The only way to become a cardinal is for the Pope to appoint you as one. There's only about 200 cardinals in the world, so it's a very selective list. But if you impress the Pope enough and he likes you enough to appoint you, then poof, you're now a cardinal.
Well, that seems pretty cool, but the Pope is next, so how do I become the big man in the Vatican?
Well, you first kind of need to wait for the Pope to die or resign, and trust me, death is way more likely. Once he dies, the ex-Pope will pass instructions on how to pick the next Pope. Normally, the Cardinals go to the Sistine Chapel to vote 4 times a day, every day, except on Sundays, which are reserved for prayer. The Cardinals are stripped of their technology and vote by writing down a name on a piece of paper, saying a Latin phrase, and burning it after all the votes are collected. There must be a 2/3 majority, and this process takes a long time. It can take a few hours or a few years. But if you are voted by your fellow peers, poof, Jason Atkins, you are now the new Pope.
Cool, so
Congratulations.
I'm guessing I'm the Pope? I mean, you just said that. If so, then right now you are my
Wait,
Lord.
wait. You aren't finished just yet. As your first act as the Pope, you must pick a new name. Mostly, popes pick a name that other popes use, but you can call yourself whatever you want.
So I want to change my name to Pope Awesome the First. How does that sound?
That sounds awesome.
Thanks.
Anyways, guys, that's all the time we have for now. I'm Ryan Kincaid.
And I'm Pope Awesome the First. Now let's go back to the Honorable Elise and Brooklyn.
The annual Feed the Change concert at Orchard Hill United Church of Christ is going to be held on February 6th at 2 p.m. Our CAVS newscast covered this concert last year as well. This concert is to raise money for awareness of food pantries and to keep them stocked. Most of the volunteers are within church communities and they participate in food drops. Another reason the concert is held is to bring people in from the community and try to get them to help out for this cause.
Fox's first showing of Grease Live aired January 31st, 2016. It is the second largest live television musical performance since The Sound of Music with Carrie Underwood. It is an adaptation of both the original stage production and the 1978 film, while also incorporating some new songs as well. The musical starred Aaron Tveit and Julianne Hough as Danny and Zandy, with Vanessa Hudgens as the feisty Rizzo. Only 24 hours before the live performance, Hudgens' father had died of stage 4 cancer. She performed her role in his honor, and the result was beautiful. Now let's head over to Pop Fusion with Parker Tracy.
Hi, I'm Parker Tracy, and welcome to Pop Fusion. Thanks to the Cavalier Cafe, I can now get coffee without my parents ever knowing. Wait, we're recording? Oh no. Let's start off with the top 5 songs of the week, according to Billboard.com. At number 5, we have My House by Flo Rida. At number 4, we have Hello by Adele. At number 3, we have Stressed Out by 21 Pilots. At number 2, we have Sorry by Justin Bieber. And at number 1, we have Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. You know what I haven't talked a lot about recently? Movies. And considering it's one of the integral pieces of this segment, I feel like it's imperative to speak about some movies that are coming out in February. First on the list is Deadpool. This movie features the mercenary Wade Wilson, who is given insane healing powers and adopts the heroic? I don't really know. I mean, he is kind of good, but at the same time he creates absolute chaos. But that's besides the point. He adopts the sort of heroic persona of Deadpool. This hero is known in the comic book world for his funny dialogue and constant breaking of the fourth wall, which is the term for when a character is aware of what they're in and even attempts to interact with the audience. This movie is R-rated for its over-the-top violence and overall bad language, so it's definitely not something for younger audiences. Next on the list is Zoolander 2. This movie is set in Europe approximately 10 years after the first movie took place. The main characters, Derek and Hansel, are facing an opposing company that is trying to take them out of the fashion business forever, and they must stop a conspiracy to kill the world's most beautiful people. This movie has had some controversy surrounding Benedict Cumberbatch's character though, which I may cover in the future. This movie is rated PG-13. Finally, we have Hail Caesar. Taking place in the early 1950s, Eddie Mannix is busy at work trying to solve all the problems of the actors and filmmakers at Capitol Pictures. Mannix, however, faces a really big challenge when Baird Whitlock gets kidnapped while in costume for the Swords and Sandals epic Hail Caesar. Now, if the studio doesn't pay up $100,000, that's the end of them. This movie is rated PG-13. Well, that's all for this week. Back to my buddies in the studio.
Earlier this week, the Cavalier Cafe opened to the public, selling various hot and cold beverages ranging from water to tea to coffee. The first day of its opening, kids swarmed the counter hoping to get a taste of the delicious options, but by 7:25, the counter closed, causing kids to overflow the online classroom to order the drinks. With over 300 orders just during first period, they were only able to keep up with so many, causing people to continue ordering during the next 2 periods. Mr. Fisher stated that the cafe is a huge success, but with it just starting up, it is chaotic. He also stated that everyone is being polite with the workers and very patient. I can imagine this cafe will continue to be successful and bring our school profit. Now over to Taylor Boggs with sports.
Thanks guys, I'm Taylor Boggs with this week's CAVS News Sports Update. The girls basketball team had a big win on senior night over rival Greenfield McLean. At this time, I do not have a final score from that game. The girls and boys swim team ruled the pool with outstanding scores and both teams taking first place. The boys swim team has been nominated for J.J. Huddle State Swim Team of the Week, so please go vote. The boys basketball team received their 5th straight win over Clinton Massey with a final score of 62-54. With winter sports are coming to a close just as spring sports start to begin, the CHS softball tryouts are February 22nd through the 24th from 2:45 to 4:45 at the field house. If you do not have a physical, you cannot try out, which means you will not be on the team, so be ready and be prepared. We here at CAVS News want to congratulate both Riley Allison and Kylie Hardesty for signing to play soccer in college this fall. Riley will be attending Ohio Dominican University, and Kylie will be attending Rio Grande. We want to wish the best of luck to you girls as you further your education and play the sport you love. Remember, you can log on to the Chillicothe City School website and click on Athletics for more on results and upcoming events. Well, that's all I have for this week. I'm Taylor Boggs, and back to Elise and Brooklyn in the studio.
Earlier this quarter, Olivia Ray and Spencer Dana caught up with National Art Honor Society members and their advisor, Mrs. Dana, to see what it's like to be in National Art Honor Society. Let's take a look.
With a diverse population at Chillicothe High School, there are clubs and honor societies for everyone. For those with a creative side, we here at CAVS News have taken a special look at our very own National Art Honor Society.
If you do like art and belong at CHS, you should join AHS because we are like a family and we can support you and help you on your ways to becoming the artist that you want to be.
Members need to reapply every year and complete their 30 service hours each year, and we do inductions in the spring. We usually have a luncheon and display the artwork from the different students.
We show our community that there's opportunities for high school students to do things other than just schoolwork. I mean, we give to our community, and I think it's an awesome volunteer opportunity, especially if you love art.
National Art Honor Society students also want to increase awareness of art. We have an art show every year and participate in several different art competitions. And this is competition season, so we'll be participating in the Best of Ross County art show at the Pump House. We'll be entering artwork in the Governor's exhibition that's coming up in March. There's a Watercolor Society exhibition and another one for the SCOL. And then we'll have our district art show. So our students will be helping prep artwork for those things and participating themselves in entering their own artwork as well.
I feel like the students are well involved with the community. We go out, we paint windows, we help people, we volunteer, we place paint things. We do a lot with the community.
If we got out there more than National Honor Society did, which, I mean, we're an honor society, but I feel like National Honor Society is more publicized than National Art Honor Society. And if people knew what we did, that they would ask us to do more for it. Not only them, but our community.
Hopefully we've stroked your interest into art. Until next time, Chillicothe, I'm Spencer Daney, signing off.
2 polar bear cubs were born on November 6, 2015 at the Columbus Zoo. Despite the efforts of the mother bear, only 1 cub survived. The cub stayed with its mother for a while, but after she stopped caring for the cub, the zoo's animal care staff pulled the bear from the den and began to hand-rear the newborn. The cub is doing well today, with the staff staying with her 24 hours a day and feeding her every 3 hours. She continues to gain weight to this day, and the caregivers are anxiously waiting for her when she opens her eyes. They are taking the one day at a time approach to suit the cub's daily needs and will continue to care for her as needed. Now over to Maggie Deddy with Hall Talk.
So I had a black coffee, it was pretty good. But the first day I ordered stuff, it didn't even show up, so I was pretty disappointed.
I have not ordered anything from the Cavalier Cafe yet, but from what my friends think, they like the stuff from the Cavalier Cafe, but it doesn't always come on time.
I got a hot chocolate at the Cavalier Cafe, and I went to the window, so I'm not really sure how the delivery service is, but the window service was really nice, and it seems to be going great, and I'm really excited that our school can have something like this.
I had the Nutty Caramel iced coffee. It was good. It was a little sweet for me. I like my coffee a little stronger on the coffee side. It was delivered to me, and it was in the trial run, so I got it pretty quickly, so that was good.
I had a coffee, and it was literally the best coffee I've ever had in my life. I drink coffee pretty often, but it was, I mean, you know, nothing can compare to Chillicothe's coffee. I ordered it, and they brought it to me.
And I work at the Cavalier Cafe, and I thoroughly enjoy working at the cafe. Gets a little stressful at times, gets a little heated, but I got a quality group of students out there working with me, and people get heated sometimes. Just gotta calm them down a little bit, work out all the kinks, and it's a quality experience.
I had the strawberry mocha, and it was really good. It was brought to me on time by the staff, and I think the Cavalier Cafe is a great idea.
Last week, Connor Kersey interviewed some of our very own Thespian Club members on their mystery comedy Murdered to Death, which was performed last Friday and Saturday. Let's see what they had to say.
So can you tell us your name and what role you had?
I'm Kaylin Hurls, and I play Elizabeth Hartley Trumpington.
My name is Pacey Arledge, and I play Bunting. He's the butler.
I'm Patrick Corbin, and I'm Inspector Pratt.
My name is Jalen Smith. I play the role of Joan Maple.
My name is Seth Truman, and I'm playing Pierre Marceau.
I'm a French painter,
And that's all about, that's just about all I can say without spoiling it.
Down! Down and blast!
That sounded very English here.
Elizabeth, you frighten me. And stop using that ridiculous accent. You frighten me to death.
My name is Maddie Munt, and I'm the director. This is the second student-directed play at Chillicothe High School. We practice, at first it was 3 days a week for 2 hours a day, and it moved up to practicing 4 days a week for 2 hours, and this week as production week, today will be a normal practice for 2 hours, but the next couple of days will be full runs of the production off book until we are finished and I'm able to give notes, and then the actors and actresses will be able to go home.
I'm also the assistant director and the stage manager, so I had a lot of fun building this set and getting props and such.
2 hours we've been waiting, nothing has happened.
Stage managing. It's been really fun to put together. It's all student-led, and it's really fun. So it's been really, cool getting to know my peers and such.
It's all been student-oriented. They've helped put it together. They've helped to get all the props. And we've had help from Jean, who's the CCT set builder.
The play itself is just very amusing.
I've had full weapons training, Colonel. I know this. Damn it all! Does as if you meant to shoot the poor blighter. But I don't ask you, Colonel. You're still under suspicion.
It's just a fun play to kind of interact with because you get to guess all kinds of stuff and what you think is going on.
I think people should see this play because it's a great representation of what students can do without leadership. Students being the leadership, who the people of Chillicothe are.
Well, that's all we have for this week. I'm Brooklyn Watts.
And I'm Elise Jones. Have a safe weekend, Chillicothe.